Two doors, same building, same hallway. One leads to a retirement where you pay taxes on the way out. The other leads to one where you already paid them on the way in. The question nobody actually answers clearly: which door leaves you with more money in your pocket 40 years from now? Today we're running a real head-to-head comparison. 401k versus Roth IRA. Same person, same salary, same market, 40 years. And the answer is going to surprise you, because it's not the simple answer most finance videos give you. Meet Scott and Alex, 25 years old, both earning $70,000 a year. Same company, same desk, practically the same life. They make one different decision at 25. Scott opens a traditional 401k. Alex opens a Roth IRA. Everything else is identical. Same index fund, same 40-year timeline. To start, let's assume both set aside $6,000 a year toward retirement. But to make this a true apples-to-apples test, we have to look deeper than just that initial number, because tax deductions change what actually leaves your wallet. So which strategy actually makes them richer? Before we run the numbers, let's clarify what each account actually does, because the details matter. A traditional 401k is a workplace retirement account. You contribute pre-tax dollars, meaning the money comes out of your paycheck before federal income taxes are calculated. Your taxable income drops today. The account grows tax-deferred, not tax-free. When you take qualified distributions in retirement, the taxable portion is generally taxed as ordinary income. A Roth IRA works the opposite way. You fund it with after-tax money dollars you've already paid taxes on. There is no tax deduction today. But when you retire and take qualified withdrawals, the money comes out completely tax-free. All 40 years of compound interest accumulate clean. Here is where standard comparisons fail. At a 22% marginal federal tax rate, putting $6,000 into a traditional 401k could reduce Scott's federal income tax by about $1,320 that year. If we want a completely fair head-to-head comparison, Scott doesn't just spend that $1,320. He invests those tax savings too, placing them into a taxable brokerage account. Now, every single dollar saved or spent is accounted for on both sides. So when you're comparing 401k versus Roth IRA, it isn't simply taxes now versus taxes later. It's about what happens to every dollar, including the tax savings you keep today. Let's watch the 40 years play out. Year 1. Scott put $6,000 into his 401k. His taxable income drops, and he takes his federal tax savings and invests it in a brokerage account. Alex puts $6,000 into his Roth IRA with after-tax dollars. Both are invested in the same S&P 500 index fund. The difference after year 1 is almost invisible. Year 10. Both accounts have grown significantly. Scott's 401k balance looks larger on paper because pre-tax contributions meant more total principal went into the account up front. Alex's Roth IRA looks smaller by comparison, but the account balance doesn't reflect actual spending power. Scott's balance carries a future tax liability inside every dollar. Alex's doesn't. Year 20. The compounding becomes massive. Scott's 401k has compounded on a larger base balance, plus his separate brokerage account is growing. Alex's Roth has compounded on a smaller base, but every penny of growth is 100% tax-free. Year 30. Flexibility enters the equation. As the original owner, Alex doesn't have lifetime required minimum distributions from his Roth IRA. He can let that money compound as long as he wants or withdraw it on his own schedule. Scott, on the other hand, will eventually face required minimum distributions from his traditional 401k, whether he needs the income that year or not. Year 40. Retirement. Here is the exact metric that decides the debate: your tax rate today versus your tax rate in retirement. So when you're comparing 401k versus Roth IRA, don't just compare the raw account balances, look at after-tax purchasing power. If Scott's effective tax rate in retirement is lower than his marginal rate at 25, the 401k strategy wins. He took the tax break when rates were high and paid taxes when rates were low. If Scott's tax rate in retirement is the same or higher, Alex wins. Alex locked in today's tax rate, and 40 years of compound growth come out completely tax-free. Here's the catch: nobody knows exact tax rates 40 years from now. With the U.S. national debt exceeding $34 trillion, tax rates in retirement could look very different from today. The Roth IRA acts as an explicit hedge against that future tax risk. But the traditional 401k holds one massive structural advantage: the employer match. If your employer matches your 401k contributions, for example, 50 cents on the dollar, up to 6% of your salary, that is an immediate 50% return on your money before the market moves a single inch. No Roth IRA can compete with guaranteed immediate return. Passing up a 401k match to fund a Roth IRA first is one of the most expensive financial mistakes you can make in your 20s. Consider this: if your employer offers a 3% match on a $70,000 salary, that's $2,100 of free money added to your account every year. If that $2,100 annual match stayed constant over 40 years at an average 8% return, that match alone becomes nearly $600,000 in compound wealth. From money that was never yours to begin with. Here is when each option makes the most sense. A traditional 401k wins when your current marginal tax rate is significantly higher than what you expect in retirement, when you need the immediate tax reduction to afford contributing, or when capturing an employer match. A Roth IRA wins when you're young and currently in a relatively low tax bracket, when you believe tax rates will rise in the future, when you want flexibility without lifetime required minimum distributions as the original owner, or when you want to leave heirs an account whose qualified distributions are generally tax-free. You don't actually have to pick just one. A strong default strategy for many people follows a clear order of operations. First, contribute to your 401k up to the full employer match. That is free money you cannot afford to pass up. Second, fund a Roth IRA up to the annual contribution limit. This secures tax-free growth and tax flexibility. Third, if you still have capital left to invest, return to the 401k and contribute additional funds toward the legal limit. This sequence secures your employer match, builds tax-free growth, and creates tax diversification, so you're protected no matter where tax policy moves over the next 4 decades. The 401k versus Roth IRA debate doesn't have a single universal winner. It has a personal answer based on your current tax bracket, your employer's benefit package, and your long-term income trajectory. What it does have is a universal rule: capture the employer match. Always. First, what age are you right now? Does your company offer a match, and which account are you currently prioritizing? Drop it in the comments below. If this breakdown gave you clarity on your retirement strategy, hit the subscribe button. Every week, Scott Finance runs the real math on the financial decisions that shape your wealth. See you in the next video.